Right now, changes to current Missouri laws. We'll break down the 3 new laws now in effect.
Improving I-70, where you can go this afternoon to hear MoDOT's plans for improving the interstate across central Missouri.
Emergency bill for emergency responders. How St. Charles County Council is ready to battle a staffing shortage at 911 dispatch centers.
A quiet weather pattern develops this week as temperatures come on down. We'll see if there's any rain in that extended outlook.
It's the dog days of summer. How you can bring your puppy on the St. Louis Wheel with one exception.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Good morning, everyone. We are live at Francis Howell Central this morning. We've got the cheer squad out and the mascot.
Yeah.
Looking
very intimidating.
Well, you know, Francis Howell's been in school for a week now, so we're talking with the students and the faculty just like how it's been going. And you know what? The heat was a big challenge last week, and now we're having so many nice temperatures this week. So good morning, everyone. It is Monday. It feels like a Monday for me. It's August 28th. I'm Michelle Lee.
And I'm Sydney Stallworth. I'm in for Rennie Knott. He's off this morning because he was up late for the MDA telethon yesterday. We'll talk about that later today. They made such a big difference year after year. That's what they do. We're going to have more on that in about 15 minutes. But thanks for joining us, especially everybody who's streaming on 5+. Paul's got you covered on this Monday morning, getting to school and work. And Anthony, people are going to like you today. That's more than usual today.
Maybe the whole week. Maybe into September we can keep it going. Yeah, numbers will be cooling down finally for a change. We had the rain come through this weekend, and that has created a more comfortable air mass that's in place now. So the area of low pressure that brought the rain is moving away from us. High pressure's moving on in, and it's clearing away the cloud cover that we actually had through much of Sunday. A beautiful looking sunrise over downtown this morning. It looks good. It feels good. The numbers have come on down. The humidity's moved away from us as well. All of that extreme heat across the deep south. But we have a zonal flow in our jet stream now. It's more of a west to east flow, and that usually brings in seasonal temperatures and no big weather system. So we will have sunshine around each day and comfortable humidity levels. So here's your forecast today. 60s out the door, 80s for highs later on. So do enjoy. We'll have sunshine through the entire week. All right, let's get over to Paul. Remember those shades, because we're always talking sunshine slowdowns. Paul, what's going on the roads this morning?
Oh yeah, that glare can get you. Also the construction, and we want to make sure you know what's headed your way as you hit the door. It's the ebbs and flows of construction and volume working together, and up in North County really had been moving very, very nicely over the past month or so, but now we do have static road work that is active right now here, 270 westbound at New Halls Ferry, and we're going to keep an eye on that with a lot more motorists hitting the road. But as you can see here, we look at the big map, a few little areas of construction, not heavy volume yet. Obviously keeping an eye on 270 at 6440 because volume, a very good indicator right there, but also nearby at the Ballas exit ramp, we can really bog down onto the highway. So we'll keep a close eye on that one. Another take on traffic minutes away.
All right, thank you, Paul. Speaking of construction, I-70 will look a lot different in just a couple of years, and it's all aimed at improving the busy interstate.
Alex Fees is live in St. Charles County with how you can listen in and also give your input to MoDOT's plans. Good morning, Alex.
Michelle and Sydney, good morning. MoDOT officials this afternoon are planning one of those public meetings to give information about their proposed changes on Interstate 70 across that central corridor. The current budget for our 2024 budget make that signed by Governor Mike Parson provides for $2.8 billion worth of improvements. Now among them, building a third lane in both directions of I-70 from Blue Springs to Wentzville and improving pavement and bridges. MoDOT is holding a public meeting this afternoon from 4 to 6 o'clock at Wentzville City Hall, located at 1001 Schrader Creek Boulevard, 63385. This is an informational meeting that's open house style. There will be no formal presentation. You're invited to attend the informational meetings to learn about proposed plan and the next steps on I-70 in that central corridor. Now at those meetings, MoDOT engineers will be outlining their preliminary information about scheduling, possible construction schedules, things of that nature. Reporting live this morning in St. Charles County, Alex Fees, 5 on your side.
Thanks so much, Alex. See you again soon. All right, happening today, there are several new laws across Missouri now in effect. One of them includes banning transgender care for most minors. The rule also impacts some adults, though, and our political editor Mark Maxwell joins us with the renewed push to stop the ban and what it means.
Attorney General Andrew Bailey celebrated a Missouri court ruling Friday that said a new law titled Save Adolescents from Experimentation, or the SAFE Act, can go into effect.
I want Missouri to be the safest state in the nation for children, and that's what that's all about.
But trans teens under 18 aren't the only patients impacted by new changes in the law.
My biggest concern is for trans adults who are needing this medication and who cannot afford it.
Missouri lawmakers also banned doctors from prescribing cross-sex hormones, puberty blockers, or gender reassignment surgery to adult patients who get their health insurance or medical care from the state.
Prisoners who are receiving hormones right now, it would detransition them, and that's very harmful.
Renee Friels went with her teen trans daughter to see their family pediatrician and followed the doctor's guidance on how to start that transition process. She said the state's new ban on trans care will push other families in their position out of Missouri.
Many of our families have already left the state, and it has broken our hearts to watch them leave. We've packed boxes. We've actually participated in U-Haul packing and watching them leave.
Promo Missouri's executive director Katie Erker Lynch said the fight is far from over, adding it is now up to providers, clinicians, and the attorneys at their clinics and hospitals to decide how much risk they're willing to take on. In the Friday court ruling, Judge Stephen Omer wrote, "The science and medical evidence is conflicting and unclear." That's a claim Promo Missouri Board Secretary Arrow Royston called completely false, writing, "Every major medical association in the U.S. supports gender-affirming health care as the standard of care." In a scathing statement to the governor and attorney general, Erker Lynch wrote, "You have blood on your hands," and said, "You have manipulated systems, grossly overreached your positions, and put your own insecurities and greed for power in front of life-saving medicine for children and low-income Missourians." Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
The ban is scheduled to expire August 2027, but lawmakers could take up this issue again. And starting today, transgender student athletes will be required to compete on sports teams that align with their sex assigned at birth.
And another new law going into effect today is going to change the way you drive. The hands-free law bans all drivers from using their cell phones behind the wheel in Missouri. That means no texting while driving. You also can't watch, record, or send a video while you're driving, but you can use Bluetooth or voice-activated features. From now until January 2025, police will only give out warnings if you're caught doing this. After that, the fines will start at $150. In hopes of getting more people to work in St. Louis City, starting today, employees are no longer required to live within city limits to work for the city. However, full-time employees must live within an hour of their workplace. In about 4 hours from now, Mayor Tashara Jones will promote new job opportunities after lifting the city's residency requirement.
And across the Mississippi River in Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker will be in Litchfield to discuss some new jobs. Today, a new training and innovation center will open on Eilerman Avenue. The governor will be in town at 2:15 this afternoon.
All right, let's talk about our weather first forecast. After a week of extreme heat and over the weekend we had some rain, our numbers are finally coming on down. It will be a decent day today as we start off in the 60s and highs go into the 80s. I want to put this on your radar for tomorrow evening. There is a chance that some of us could see a shower or two. There is a trough that's going to swing through, and right now it doesn't look overly impressive. This comes in around bedtime tomorrow, and aside from that, the rest of the week is dry and numbers again much more tolerable, closer to where we should be for seasonal averages. We'll have highs today in the low 80s, upper 80s tomorrow, and then it's back into the low to mid 80s as we end the week. But summer's not done with us. We go back into the 90s this weekend. We'll talk about the rest of the week's forecast and a glimpse at Labor Day. Yeah, that's coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Anthony. Also coming up, battling for job shortages for 911 dispatchers. How St. Charles County plans to support emergency call centers.
Right now, a tropical storm is strengthening as it heads toward Florida. We're tracking when Idalia could make landfall and its possible impacts.
And today marks 60 years since the iconic March on Washington. How its impact is still being felt across the country this morning. But before we go, we're taking another live look at Francis Howell. Look at everybody who showed up, the band, and of course that mascot, that intimidating looking mascot. Oh yeah, hey. They're having so much fun, so much to look forward to. You know, they're having that senior citizen prom coming up later on. That's gonna be great. The superintendent told us about that earlier. Let's listen into the band.